welcome to Rocket Fuel Workshops. My name is Dr. Wanda Turini. I am your host today and the host of all Rocket Fuel Workshops, where our mission here is to connect the public with people who are rocket fuel for their businesses or for their lives. I really just have a personal mission to connect people because I know how much experts, coaches, and just getting the right support has helped me get to the next level of my business and my life. And I'm excited to share that with you. So today we're going to bring up on stage Sensei Victoria Whitfield. And Sensei Victoria Whitfield, I am going to read this wonderful intro here because Victoria is on a mission, guys, to help entrepreneurs unlock their intuition because they can stay focused longer by unlocking their intuition. It's going to help you make more confident decisions. It's going to ultimately help you boost your productivity and your sales. Victoria is actually the world's first business Reiki master. And she has really helped countless entrepreneurs, including myself, access their potential by helping them actually master their energy state. Okay, by mastering your energy state, you learn how to manage all of those energy drains that we experience so that we can ultimately stay in the hard game of entrepreneurship, right? While being productive, and what Victoria likes to repeat over and over again is be healthy, right? We need to be able to bring in the money, but keep ourselves healthy in that process. So over the past decade, Victoria has helped business owners with overcoming imposter syndrome, rebranding frustrations, organizational growth, personal challenges that very often get in the way of us being able to achieve what we want to achieve and grow as we want to grow. So it is truly my pleasure to introduce you to Sensei Victoria Whitfield, because she is truly #Rocket Fuel. Welcome, Victoria.
I'm so excited to get to present and to share some inspiration around intuition in business. Just thank you so much for inviting me on stage, Wanda, and just being able to share this message with our community. It is such an honor and a pleasure. And so I'm just so happy to be here. Are we good to go? We're good.
We're good to go, girl.
Okay, let's and welcome everyone. If you want to be on camera, you're welcome to be on camera. I love seeing all your smiling faces. I leave it on gallery so that I can get a good look at all the fabulousness that has gathered today. If you are driving or walking around, no problem. I will be your podcast. We will be your podcast right now. No driving off the side of the road. But if you aren't driving, do come on camera so everyone can get a good look at how gorgeous you are, how handsome you are today. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Everything is energy, especially in business. And so to open up today's conversation around intuition in business, I would love to, and you can type this in the chat below, get ready to type, do you use your intuition in business? You could simply do a yes or no, yes or no. But I would love to hear from the community. Do you use your intuition in business? I love it. I've got some yups. I've got some yeses. I've got a sometimes, right? So a little bit curious about what is in me. I got most of the time fabulous. I love seeing everyone's insight, right? So that way I can take a bit of a temperature of the room. And so as we get into this, discussing intuition in business, I really want to make sure that we are unlocking your access to the secret superpower that we all have. And in order to enter into that, first and foremost, I want to talk about what's the goal for our time together today. Like, why do we care about our intuition in business? And so my goal, and I trust that it is also your goal as an impact-driven entrepreneur, is that you want to serve more people. You want to serve your clientele. You want to reach those who you are called to, right? Those who are calling out for your work. You want to be able to have an impact in your industry. Yes, yes. Is this something that we're looking for, right? And you also want to, in the meantime, make more money, right? You want to not only have it, yes, Amy's like, hallelujah. All right now. Right on, sister. So this is so important to be okay with the fact that we want to make more money. We want to have a massive impact. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer that when more good people, such as yourself, make good money, more good is happening in the world. And so the more that we can support one another in any way, shape, and form, and being able to make that happen, the better. And then last but not least, so not only do we want to move a little bit faster, right? Having that impact, like we want to get from point A to point B being the impact and the income, but also we want to have fun. This does not need to be boring and crunchy and difficult and hard. I am not into the whole hustle culture thing. I'm anti-hustle. So we want to make this fun. And so that is our goal. We want to do this naturally, right? I'm orienting to our natural inclinations as impact-driven entrepreneurs. We want to serve our people. We want to do it faster, and we want to have a good time making good money. And so it is. Yes, yes. So let's get it. What does that look like, though, when we're talking about intuition? And intuition is the secret sauce for helping us stay aligned with reaching the people that we're called to. Like, this is the secret sauce, right? Especially, I did this talk earlier, speaking to another group of amazing women business owners, and it's so awesome to see the mix that we have going on here. But we were talking about how when we're looking at intuition, everyone has a little bit of a different definition of what that means. So for some, maybe your intuition is trusting your gut. For others, maybe your intuition is finding your flow and getting in the zone. For others, maybe it's your like downloads or like special insights that you get, hunches and dreams that kind of give you creative insight that nobody else has access to, because like it came from maybe from that still small voice that was whispering in your ear, to be able to connect to that wisdom. Still for others, maybe it's getting the chills or seeing repeating numbers on the time, right? Say, oh, it's 555, oh, it's 1111, and being able to pick up on the different signs that tell you that you're headed in the right direction. And for me, I was born naturally sensitive, so seeing all of these different signs is something that really excites me, but would happen kind of randomly. Does this sound familiar? Like, you can't really tell when you're going to get the dream that's going to like give you the insight, right, Kristen? Or you don't really know when you're going to get the chills next that can give you the confirmation that you needed. It's kind of unreliable intuition. Does that make sense, everyone? So what I want to share as we create like a standard working definition of intuition is everyone's insight. So again, as you're typing in the comments, go ahead. What's your version of intuition? How does it come to you? Is it the numbers? Is it the just knowing with a capital K, or a feeling that you're getting? Go ahead and type it in the comments. We're creating like a communal experience, a communal mind and insight. One of the things that inspires me around intuition is actually the definition, which is pretty cool. Let me see here if I have it ready to go. I'll come to the chat box, paste. Yeah, Merriam-Webster's dictionary definition. Is it okay if I share the screen, Rocket Fuel Teen? Yeah. So I'm gonna hit share the screen, and I'm going to come over to Go Gadget, Merriam-Webster's, Google Chrome, share. Right, so the definition according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary is, and anyone can like access this right there on the internet, is a quick and ready insight, intuition, right? Or the power or faculty of attaining to direct knowledge. And I would put that with a capital K, like I know that I know that I know, or cognition without evident rational thought and inference, right? Immediate apprehension, immediate cognition, or even that conviction, knowledge or conviction of, I am certain that this is the right thing for me to do, or I'm certain that you need to get up out of my face because I don't want to talk to you right now. Your intuition, your spidey sense, right, is something that can also give you a sense of conviction and certainty. And that is what Merriam-Webster's dictionary would define intuition as. So these are some words. So for some of us, like, intuition, like this is like a new or a strange new frontier to explore for all my Star Trek friends and fans. So if that's new to you, no problem. This is what we're talking about. A quick and ready insight where you feel very clear that you're headed in the right direction. I'm going to stop the share. So for me personally, I would define intuition as the following. So intuition is instinct plus information equals intuition. Instinct plus information equals intuition. So when I think about instinct, I think about how fast instinct works, right? Super fast. So if there's a ball coming at you, instinctually, you're either going to move away from it or you're going to catch it. So you don't have to think about you seeing a ball. Your body's going to either dodge it just fast and naturally without you thinking consciously about it, or you're going to turn to your arms are just going to naturally find it. Your hands are just going to naturally catch the ball. Yes, yes. Is that true? Is everyone following? So as we think about that then, so instinct is fast, and then information is data and history. Or we want to say herstory for all the sisters in business watching along. So this is then your fast composition, your fast recognition, your fast organization of a tremendous amount of data. So for example, your own herstory of, okay, playing ball as a kid, wearing glasses, incoming ball, smashed glasses. Don't do that. Move away. So all of that amount of data, the pain, the shame, the shock, etc., all of that data around balls, the size, etc., is then quickly processed by your instinct to move you away. So intuitively, as the ball's coming at you, oh yeah, a ball's coming at me, better move away because I remember, right, the data. I remember what happened. Versus data composition for your business instinct is a little bit different because, okay, I'm seeing all of these stats and figures of what's going on in my industry or what's going on with my finances, of what's going on with this client. But suddenly, right, fast, I have this feeling of like, oh, aha moment, right? I see what's going on with them, or I see what I need to do because I'm considering all of the data. So going faster, processing the data is about decisions. We need to make faster decisions if we want to reach our goal. And remember the original goal that I said of we want to impact, right? We want to have impact. We want to increase our income and make good money serving people at the highest levels. We want to go faster getting there. And so that's why intuition really is the key to being able to catapult your business, because it helps you go faster, compiling all of this information that you already know. So it's interesting as I've become a business strategist over the years. I've been in business 13 years now. I didn't start out that way. I'm a Reiki master, y'all. Like, I am not a coach. Oh, sure, I'm certified as a coach. Doesn't matter. My identity is as a Reiki master teacher. Sensei means teacher in Japanese, and my spirit guides told me to take that title and keep that title because it's to remember my Reiki roots, remember where I came from as a teacher. And so over the years, what I've seen is that when people are able to make better decisions, they're able to make more money, more aligned profits. Does this make sense? Yes, yes. Okay, because looking at this then, understanding your intuition, especially as someone who is an energy conscious or an energy sensitive individual, such as myself or any of those of you who are, shout out to you if you sense energy as well, we have a narrative of being told we're sensitive. Like a airy-fairy frou-frou kind of discussion about intuition. Many people, when they approach this topic of intuition, think that it's spiritual or it's not very serious or has no place in business. But that dominant narrative is missing the point that your intuition, which helps you make better, faster decisions, is actually a power. So I want you, as our first shift, to understand that what we're really talking about is you having more power. Who wants more power, right? Who could use a little bit more power to make an impact? So I know for me personally, I am okay with receiving more power. I am okay with impact-driven entrepreneurs receiving more power. And I see that we're looking at all women right now. So for all of my spiritual brothers as well, but especially for women in business, I believe women in business deserve access to more power, as opposed to being shamed for being sensitive or shaming ourselves, internalizing the dominant narrative. Yes, yes. So let's look at this. The dominant narrative will tell us quantity is the most important, right? That's the divine masculine speaking. Divine feminine is more about quality. So let me show you the difference. This is going to be the best drawing of the United States you'll ever see in your life. Get ready for it. Boom! The most incredible drawing of the United States that you've ever seen in the history of time. I love it. And so this is a pop quiz, super fast, easy pop quiz. This side is New Jersey. This side is California, right? So on the East Coast is New Jersey. On the West Coast is California. If we were going to race from New Jersey to California, who would make it there the fastest? Someone who's flying east or someone who starts flying west? Really fast. Type it in the comments. Type it in the comments. Come on now. 20 years of work, like education. Do we know who's going to make it there the fastest? Okay, but what if I'm going east and I have like the biggest, hugest rocket that you've ever seen, and it's going faster, and it has like all of the lights, and it has the latest like technology from Tesla and Grant Cardone and Russell Brunson, whoever's selling me something, right? It goes bigger and faster. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because if you are working harder, heading in the wrong direction, you're going to get nowhere fast. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. Right? So we want to make sure that we're oriented in the right direction. And that's where your compass becomes very important, your alignment, right? Making sure you keep your eye on the target, knowing that you're headed in the right direction. The divine masculine is going to say, just go harder, right? Quantity of force, as opposed to power is making sure that you're headed in the right direction. You have your eye on the prize. Do not lose your eye on the prize. Is this making sense? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. So, beautiful. What happens when we make better decisions in our business, let alone in our life, right? And by the way, I'm speaking to entrepreneurs. This applies to everybody, right? This absolutely applies to everybody. That when you're connected to your intuition, you're making better decisions. You're conserving your energy rather than blasting off into the wrong direction, thinking that you're working hard and that makes you important. Be kind to yourself. If you may have drunk the Kool-Aid that the dominant narrative is telling us. Because when we are able to make better decisions, that increases our productivity, and that also increases our profits, right? We're talking about the money here. I am profit positive, and I believe in impact-driven entrepreneurs, experts being profit positive. It is so important for us to want to make more money, because the only reason why we're making more money is because we're helping people. Is that true? Yes or yes? I mean, I love asking that question. It's an easy answer. Yes or yes. It's true, because we're helping, right? We're helping people. So at this point in time, all of what we're talking about, all right, intuition. I want to connect to my intuition, because it's going to increase my productivity. It's going to increase my profits. So how is this? Is this all just hearsay? No, the stats don't lie. And I'm going to look at my notes right now as I tell you this. So I checked out some studies from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, for example, and they survey all of the business owners and all of the professionals in the United States of America. So shout out to all my international people. The stats I'm going to be pulling, however, for today are just coming from the US. And so they say, number one, that out of all of the professionals surveyed, entrepreneurs, and including solopreneurs, are 30% more likely, so I'm going to say 30% more likely to struggle with their mental health issues, anxiety, stress, depression, right? On top of that, when we look at specifically the sampling from just business owners, entrepreneurs, including solopreneurs, 72% of them surveyed said, yes, this is frustrating. My mental health, my well-being, my ability to focus and maintain like positive mental health is 72% of them said, yes, that's me. So on top of that, when the business owners, including solopreneurs, were surveyed, were asked, what was the most stress generating thing about your business? Over 42% said that it had to do with managing the productivity and the energy of the team. And this includes solopreneurs. So even if this right here is your corporation, your corpse, this thing right here is the entire team as a solopreneur, that includes in the 42% of saying, like, you know what, managing the productivity levels and the team synergy is the most important. And 23% of businesses surveyed failed because they didn't handle this. They didn't handle the state of the team. They didn't care about how are we doing on maintaining our productivity? How are we doing, therefore, on maintaining the profits? And this is one of the secrets that I'm revealing right here. Intuition and productivity are tied, because you know you're headed, remember, in the right direction. You are not the rocket flying east trying to go west. Are we tracking so far? Yeah. So Amy, I see, has a question. Or did we want to save those to the end? Wanda, how do you feel? Like, yeah.
Yes, please, just for the recording's sake. But do you mind saving? Or you could put it in the chat as well so that we could.
Yeah, drop it in the chat so that we can keep on rolling. But absolutely. I'm like super excited, but I also want to honor time and honor everyone who's tuning in the recording. Hi, everyone watching on the replay. So with that, okay, so far all the stuff that I just told you, right? You already know. So come on, Victoria. This is actually nothing new. Yeah, I know my intuition is important. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to go in the wrong direction. That's not helpful. So with that, let's kick it up a notch, because I wanted to share with you, especially one of my goals in this presentation is to share with you how you are sitting on this secret superpower. So we've established that it exists and you already know all of this. So what's the actual problem? And I want to introduce you to somebody that is unforgettable once you see him or her, however you feel about gendering this thing. And it's going to be, again, the most incredible drawing that you have ever seen in the history of time. Are you ready? Are you ready? Sonia's like, I'm so ready, girl. Boom. Yeah, 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 yeah. The most incredible drawing that you haven't
I
seen.
know what you're trying to draw.
Can you get it? Can you see it? Isn't it incredible? This right here is your mascot as an impact-driven entrepreneur, the squirrel. Does it look like a squirrel? Isn't it the best drawing you've ever seen in your life? The most incredible. This is the official mascot of all impact-driven entrepreneurs, the squirrel. Boom. Squirrel. In case you couldn't know what his name was, boom, there it is. This is a squirrel. And this guy, we need to understand him better because he's the reason why you are sitting on this superpower of intuition in business, right? If you were pointed in the right direction, you would know what your MGAs are. MGAs, money generating activities, right? If you were pointed in the right direction, you would know what your MGAs are. But this guy right here, you have a like serious evil squirrel infestation coming on, saying like, we're gonna squirrel that. So here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like. And by the way, this compass right here, there are 4 ways that this squirrel can kind of like stop you from being able to access your intuition. You want to go to claimyourcompass.com if you want to do the whole worksheet and everything like that. But let me talk you through this though. The squirrel represents distraction, noise, interruptions, like all of the craziness. And here's what it looks like. Okay, you have a money generating activity. The invoice. I'm going to send the invoice. Got it ready. I generated it in QuickBooks. All I have to do is put the person's name in and send it in. Squirrel! Pop-up comes from LinkedIn, or here comes. Okay, all right. I'm going to calm down. Let me calm down. All right, I'm going to send the invoice. I'm ready to send the invoice. I'm going to send it to her. And then squirrel. Oh my God, my foot. I stubbed my foot on the side of the thing. Ah, I need coffee. And then I got to go do the laundry because, I'm working from home. And you know what? Let me make sure I turn my video off so that if I get up, no one sees my panties when I get up to go do the laundry because I'm not wearing pants. Right? Okay. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait. Okay, wait a minute. Money generating activity. Eye on the ball. Okay. Let me do one more thing. I'm going to send that invoice. It's like 8 p.m. already. It's like I started this day at 6 a.m. What am I doing? All right, I'm going to send the invoice. Get ready. Squirrel! My kid just threw up on the keyboard and is slapping the dog. Oh my God. Honey, can you go? All right, wait a minute. I need to. Is this sounding familiar? This guy. The squirrel, our mascot for all impact-driven entrepreneurs. Be kind to yourself if that's the situation. Most people in my industry would, when they see you have a squirrel like infestation, right? Or we're like super duper distracted, we have a squirrel infestation. They kind of want to like take the divine masculine approach of like hire Rambo and just we're gonna like hunt and bomb, like set off atom bombs, like we're gonna kill the squirrels, we're gonna smash that, we're gonna slay your productivity, we're gonna crush it. Or the Buddhists come in and be like, you should not be thinking at all, right? You should have no thoughts. Or then the yoga people will come in and be like, Shavasana, and then like chill out, and I'm like, but I'm not making money while I'm laying on that yoga mat. This is not helpful. And just for me in my own like feminine self, we all have the masculine and the feminine in us, but there's some little part of me that's like, don't hunt the squirrels to extinction, like, don't. Look at his face. It's so cute. I don't want to live in a planet without squirrels. I would be so sad, right? It's like kind of crazy. Like No. Okay. So this right here, checking out his awesome unibrow, this is the bad squirrel. But did you know, and here's where the breakthrough comes, that not all squirrels are created equal. So I'm here to introduce you to squirrel rights and squirrel awareness, DEI, BIPOC pride, right, including squirrels, that it's not all squirrels have a unibrow. There's also the good squirrels. So I'm gonna like get rid of his unibrow, and I'm gonna give him like, put his head back on and give him a halo, because what can happen is that when he's in bad squirrel mode, he's blocking. He'll be blocking the money, right? You see him blocking the money. But what if instead of blocking as a negative, let me put a negative sign. What if instead of blocking, he's going to walk you to the money? Positive squirrel. If you had an infestation of positive energy embodied as your squirrel energy, and I'm going to relate this now back to business, what that could look like is an army of energy, creativity, joy, innovation, follow through, right? You see those squirrels out there? When you see them, they're working hard every day. They're out there grabbing for nuts and running up and down the tree, and sometimes they'll do a backflip and play with each other, and then they eat, they live, and they continue because they know how to harness that energy. This is what we're really talking about here, because everyone has intuition, but no one's really using it because of this guy we identify as like, oh, the negative hustle hard squirrel of distraction, ADHD, anxiety, and victimization. But I want to introduce you to the four types of negative squirrels that could come up in your life and business, right? And again, if you go to claimyourcompass.com, there's a whole like worksheet that looks nice. You just put your stuff in there and you get it. But let me introduce it to you right now while you're on your way to claimyourcompass.com was that URL. And so we have the head, the heart, the body, and the spirit. So head, heart, body, spirit, head, heart, body, spirit. I'm making the sign of the cross. Thanks be to the squirrel. Thanks be to the squirrel, and also to you, right? So for all my Catholics in the room, head, heart, body, and spirit. So in the head quadrant, what some negative squirrel infestation can look like, because there's negative and there's positive. Head, negative, positive heart, negative, positive body, negative, positive spirit. Negative squirrel energy in the head quadrant is crappy self-talk. So, for example, with sending the invoice, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't charge that much. No one wants to pay me that. I'm too busy. Like these words, or who do you think you are? Words, crappy words that we say to ourselves in the head. Head trash. Is this sounding familiar? Yes, yes. So that's a negative squirrel infestation. And then we go head, heart, body, and spirit. So the heart. So a negative heart squirrel infestation could look like shame or grief or rage, not expressed, right? And in that sense, with the sending the invoice, for example, that could be like, I know I have to send this invoice, but my mother died, and I just can't. I want to be sad, right? The grief or the rage of like, why do I have to send this freaking invoice? They should have paid me already. Why do I have to okay. Negative squirrel infestation in the heart. Emotions, the feelings are infested with negative squirrel energy, right? To give him back his unibrow, right? No, you can't do it. Negative squirrel infestation, the body quadrant, head, heart, body, and spirit. Head, heart, body, and spirit. The body is, okay, So I know I need to send this invoice. I'm tired. Let me take a nap. Or I know I need to send this invoice, but oh, my arm is cramping. My arm is cramping. Or I know I need to send this invoice. Let me go for a walk and just enjoy the day. Like, negative squirrel infestation in the body is like, I can't get comfortable in my chair. What I need to clean, especially negative squirrel infestation. You're supposed to be sending that invoice, but now you start cleaning the house and your office all of a sudden, even if you're not working from home, right? Head, heart, body, and then spirit. The negative squirrel infestation in the spirit looks like a world view, God level squirrel of you can't send that invoice. Maybe because your worldview is like, I'm a charity because that makes me a good person. Or you can't send that invoice because it's technology. Limiting beliefs is the spirit quadrant of having a negative squirrel infestation. So having our limiting beliefs stop is you fundamentally cannot do the thing. There is a way, and we don't have enough time to go into it. I would love I wish we had more time. That's why, again, claimyourcompass.com, get the worksheet and we can find some time to talk over. There's a way to stop slaying the squirrel and instead tame it. Tame your squirrels. There are ways that we do it, because I'm not anybody's business strategist, really. I'm more of helping you manage your energy, because you already know what your money generating activities are. You already know it. But what we need support, and what I've seen with my clients especially, is that we need support around standardizing, automating, and operationalizing taming the squirrel, so that it becomes your new normal. That, yeah, I only have an army of squirrels that are bringing me to the money as opposed to blocking me from it. So again, like, this is where I want to start to land the plane and turn it over to all of you who are here. But this is how essentially we leverage our intuition in our business, how we really unlock that secret superpower. Again, the secret superpower is our ability to make faster, more aligned decisions so that we know we're headed in the right direction. We know that we're hitting our MGAs. But how we are sitting on it is with this identity, this awesome, magical, lovely guy that we love, the squirrel, getting in the way and not having a conversation nor structure and operations around taming him. Instead, it's more normalized in the entrepreneurial community to freaking kill him, take him out, rather than be like, wait a minute, no, like, there's so many more joyful, creative, energizing, and innovative ways that I can do my money generating activities if I just knew how to tap into my intuition, if I could listen to that still small voice. But there are those 4 types of stress, 4 types of noise that are negative squirrels, like in our own speak, like for the purposes of this presentation, those 4 types of things that are stopping us from being able to access our ability to launch the business. So with that, I'm completing the presentation, and now I want to turn it over to you. What are you receiving hearing all this? Like, I'm curious to hear, is this something that is resonating with you? Is this making sense? Or have you officially tuned out? You have no idea what is going on. All you remember is that Victoria kept saying squirrel, and then you need coffee. Like, if you have officially checked out, big hugs and love to you, no problem. But for those of you who are resonating, like, I want to hear what's coming up for you hearing all this. Yeah. So by all means, you could wave at me, or share your question in the chat. I know Amy had mentioned that you had a question earlier. Yeah.
I had just, it's a little off from what you're asking now, but I was just really shocked by the data you shared earlier, in terms of what I forget how you asked it, but what was the most source of anxiety? I had assumed that in an entrepreneurship and solopreneurship, it would be the constant state of ambiguity and not knowing where things are coming, particularly your next paycheck. Because what I have experienced as a new entrepreneur is that either I have so much work that I don't have time to sleep or eat or speak to my family, or I am, which I'm finding myself today. So, Wanda's invitation to come to this, it was that intuition and things just happening like they're supposed to, hearing the universe call. I have absolutely nothing. And I have this feeling like, oh my gosh, I've made a mistake. I need to go back internal into an organization, by the way, which I hate and I'm really not cut out for, and where I've been miserable for most of my life. And by the way, which that feeling of steadiness, no ambiguity, is completely false. It's something that we make up in our heads. It's really, there's no ambiguity. It's just a little bit of a longer time before that ambiguity feeling goes away. And I've talked too long, but my point is the ambiguity feels more pronounced. So I was really shocked that that didn't come up as the number one source of stress.
I'd like to add to that or comment as well, because I saw that. I think what happens is that once you have a level of clarity of like what it is that you're offering and such, and you start to even incorporate other people to help you out, then that's when it just falls apart. So that may be when you're so used to doing everything yourself, then that's where all of a sudden it's hard enough to focus on your own. And then now you're trying to do your thing and manage people that are supposed to be helping you. That I think that's probably why that started like popping up. But I totally see how in the beginning, that ambiguity, feeling uncertain about, am I doing the right thing? Am I offering the right product? Am I doing it the right way, etc. This is where I've seen so many people utilize, several of the intuition practices that Victoria, that you've offered, right? Just figure out, okay, like for example, I used it saying, I don't know what the name of my catchwords product was, right? I'm like, well, what is going to be the name of this product? Oh my gosh, I spent 4 days, da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden that uncertainty, like I did one of your techniques of strategic meditation. I did it, and literally in less than 10 minutes, I had it. It was like, it allowed me to clear my brain and be able to have that certainty of like, this is my brand name, right? So, I get your point. I think for all of us, depending on where we are in our journey, now I feel I have great certainty in what I need to get done. It's just overwhelming because I need to do certain things, and then now my team does certain things, and then I have different types of squirrels. So I think our squirrels evolve and change, and some of those squirrels just stay. They
evolve over time. They do.
They get hairier and like bigger brows.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And so new level, new squirrel. Let's put it that way, because I'm not really a fan of new level, new devil. I'd rather this guy.
New level, new squirrel. But I did talk about I talked about one of your tools, strategic meditation. And so I don't know if we have time, but I would love for you to delve into that. And gosh, if we could experience it, that would be amazing. But
yeah. So I wanted to get the bulk of the thing within the hour, for those of you who are like, oh, okay, I only wanted to get the information and run. But for those of you who want to now go through an exercise of taming, I've specifically created a structured practice of exactly how to tame your squirrel from the unibrow to the angel squirrel, like from the bad to the good, right? We're going to give him a nice unibrow waxing in a very specific way. Something that I've trademarked called strategic meditation, which is a structured meditation practice. Again, I'm a Reiki master teacher. I am not a coach. Yes, I am a certified coach, and my main identification is more with how we manage our energy, right? How we manage our energy. And like I was saying, with the yoga, they're like, oh, you're stressed out, take a nap after making you sweat really hard in a hot room, like tying your legs up inside of your nose or whatever they're doing now for yoga. And maybe you've also worked on your stress doing a meditation where you're like not supposed to think. You're doing TM and you're just like empty. For us as entrepreneurs, we need to go faster, right? And we need a type of meditation that supports us in being able to go faster, right? And access our intuition. When my students meditate with me, my students and my clients meditate with me and they do this process, your eyes are open. You have a pen and pad ready to go and you're writing actively. That's what you look like when you're meditating. You may even be standing with the clipboard and writing the whole time, and your eyes are open. You're not laid out on the floor necessarily, unless you're going to lay on the floor so that you can then turn to the side and then write. When my students meditate with me, it just, this is more of, instead of a meditation, it's a conversation that you're having. And it's a structured practice that gives you the ability to access your intuition repeatedly on demand rather than randomly, right? So random dreams, random chills, random hunches or gut instincts that can give us guidance every so often. Wanda was talking about how she was able to do one of them and she was immediately on demand able to call up from her intuition the new name of her brand, like a Google level word that hadn't really existed before. When we meditate in a certain way, it's possible. And Again, I don't have enough time to be able to walk through all the history where this comes from. Suffice to say, in short, I've done a lot of brain science in research, as well as rooting things in shamanism and First Nations leadership beliefs. So it's really powerful to merge the two, right? The new and the ancient, to bring this practice to you. So with that, if you have not yet, put your laptop, tablet, cell phone, desktop on silence notification, do not disturb, so that we're not being buzzed, binged, or dinged over the next few moments. If you have a pen and a pad, you want to get it ready so that when I ask you questions, you'll be able to write, because there's going to be a series of prompts. If you don't want to write it down physically on like a journal, etc., use a device that is not going to distract the bejesus out of you, because these next few minutes could be, again, your squirrel walking you to the money, but instead you were using the evil squirrel to walk you to TikTok or to your emails or to through your naked photos on your phone, whatever you're doing, right? Be kind to yourself. Else, as exciting as that is, you just wasted your time, right? Be kind to yourself. I've had people who do this and they like, well, Joe Biba, who like did one of these, and he, after 10 minutes, he just sat up. He's like, I just found $90,000. He's like, that was the most expensive nap I have ever taken in my life. Expensive meaning he got 90,000, but it was right under his nose because the squirrel walked him to the 90 grand. Okay, so with that, a few ground rules. Our pre-flight checklist. Number 1, permission to play granted. I want someone to type that in the chat. Permission to play granted. Your pre-flight checklist is, I give myself permission to play. I am making it all up. Second on the checklist. I am going to use my imagination. I am making this up. The more playful, the more ridiculous, the better. It's a squirrel, people. Like, does he look serious? I mean, I could draw like, serious glasses on him so that this is a more scholarly experience that we're having. But permission to play Granted. And then last but not least, editing off. Editing off. No criticism, editing, analysis, judgment, whatever comes first, write it down. Whatever comes first. Remember, this is instinct. You're going faster. We're not going to give enough time. That's your 3-point pre-flight checklist. So with that, you can have your eyes open or closed, whatever works best for you. Have your pen and pad ready, and let's begin. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Again, taking a deep breath in. We're doing this to oxygenate your blood, which therefore cleanses all of your blood and infuses your brain with more power. Exhale. Give me 2 more. Deep breath in. Oxygenating. And exhale. Last one. Perhaps even a nice stretch to get the blood flow going, because we need blood to think. And then exhale. Shake it all out, shake it all out, shake it all out. Roll out your shoulders, roll out your knees, roll out your hips, roll out your wrists, your ankles. Mobilize the spine. We're using and warming up the body instrument so that we can access the intuition. All right, using your imagination, which is deeply tied to intuition. See and feel yourself in an alternate reality. Maybe you're on the beach. Maybe your special place as an alternate reality is inside of a cave. Maybe an alternate reality is in the clouds, like in heaven. What is your magical place? Permission to play granted. Make it up. See yourself in an alternate reality where everything in this reality is here to help you. Everything in this reality is also conscious and can talk. The stones, the water, the plants, the animals, everything can speak. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Using your imagination, which is deeply tied to intuition. See in this alternate reality your squirrel. Your squirrel. And see the state of your squirrel. Maybe he's angry, maybe he's natural, maybe he's cartoon, maybe he's joyful, whatever he looks like. The color, the shape, the size, the age, the gender. Take a deep breath in. Writing down what you're seeing, documenting as you go, seeing your squirrel. Even asking your squirrel, what's your name? What's your name? Asking. Squirrel can communicate in words, thoughts, feelings, images. What's your name? Writing it down. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Deep breath in. And exhale. Asking your squirrel, are you my helper? Are you my helper? Noticing if they're saying yes, no, or if they're moving in a certain way. Are you my helper? If they say yes, great. If they say no, ask, can you please help me find someone who can help me? In 3, 2, 1, thank you. Deep breath in. And on your next exhale, asking squirrel to show you what is the one thing that I am avoiding doing that will grow my business and help me help more people. What is the one thing that I am avoiding doing that will help me grow my business and help me help more people? Write it down, write it down. You can be writing while I'm talking. What is the one thing, images, colors, sensations, that will help me grow my business? Names, numbers, spaces, and help me help more people. What is the one thing? Not judging what the squirrel shows you. Stop judging what you're seeing. Just write it down, recording, recording, recording. One thing that characterizes strategic meditation is documentation. This is not entertainment. This is a conversation. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Thank you. Asking your squirrel, what do I need to know right now about this? What do I need to know right now about this thing that I am avoiding? What do I need to know right now, writing, about this thing that I am avoiding? What do I need to know right now about this thing that I am avoiding that will help me grow my business and help more people? Writing in 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Deep breath in and exhale. What do I need to do today? Asking, what do I need to do today to move my business forward, to move this issue forward? Communicating in images, colors, words, sensations, thoughts, feelings, videos. What do I need to do today? What do I need to do today to move my business forward, to move this issue forward? What do I need to do today to move this issue forward? Writing in 3, 2, 1. Take another deep breath in. Final question. Final thoughts. Any final messages you have for me? Final thoughts. Final messages. Writing. Anything you have for me. Final thoughts. Final messages. Final thoughts in 3. Final messages. Writing in 2. Final thoughts and final messages, writing them out. 1. And thank you. Thank you, squirrel. Thank you, alternate reality. Thank you, intuition. Thank you, community. Thank you, sisters and brothers in business. Thank you, industry. Thank you, family. Thank you, life. Thank you, body. Thank you, head. Thank you, heart. Thank you, spirit. Thank you. Take another deep breath in. As you inhale, have a nice stretch over your head. And returning. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay. This is the process for strategic meditation. Yay, you did it! Hooray. Taming the squirrels, just ask. Just ask in a certain and structured way. In a very certain and structured way. But what did you see? What did you notice? What did you receive? By the way, if someone, when they come onto the mic, is sharing what they saw, what they noticed, what they received, and it is the most fantastic thing you've ever heard. It's like a fantastic journey, Disney style, amazing thing. There's no such thing as journey envy. Squirrels are contagious. So the minute that you hear someone's aha moment is the very same moment that you receive it for yourself. The minute that someone else shares their insight and their transformation or something going on for them is also the very same moment that you receive it for you. So kudos to you for staying to the end to be able to catch all of the extra awesome squirrels running around that we have tamed and wrangled. I'm excited to hear, what did you see? What did you notice? What did you receive?
If I may, Victoria, though, I want to make sure that we do this in the open discussion afterwards. So just to close up the recording portion of it so that all of that is private, I'm just going to share my screen and say thank you very much. Please stay on because we want to hear what you have to say. If you're intrigued on what else you can do to actually manage your energy so you can become more focused, please book time directly with Victoria, and the team is going to drop that in the chat. And definitely go to claimyourcompass.com to the replay. Let's say thank you. Oh, I don't know, I disappeared for a moment, but for those of you listening to the replay, I want to thank you so much, and make sure that you hop on one of these resources and try and grab some time with Victoria. Thank you so much, Victoria. For those of you that are staying for our open discussion, let's hear what your strategic meditation experience